Thank you, Craig. Following the program, we will be taking individual and group photos of the newest inductees and the Alumni Award recipients. So at the end of the evening, I'll ask our honorees to step to this side of the room on my right. And we would now like to also acknowledge the School of Nursing Alumna of the Year, Deidre Stewart, class of 1992. Dee Dee, would you please stand? After completing her bachelor's degree in nursing at Millikin in 1992, Dee Dee began her career at HSHS St. John's Hospital in Springfield, Illinois, in the neonatal intensive care unit. She served as a staff nurse, charge nurse, and transport nurse before accepting her current position as assistant nurse manager of the NICU. In 2008, Dee Dee returned to Millikin to obtain her master's degree in nursing clinical nurse leader, or CNL, and graduated in 2009. She then earned national certification and was the first CNL to practice at HSHS St. John's Hospital. Dee Dee has been a mentor to numerous students in Millikin's MSN CNL program and has served as an adjunct professor for pediatrics at Millikin. Dee Dee was honored earlier today at the School of Nursing's Legacy of the Lamp ceremony. So we just wanted to say, Dee Dee, on behalf of the Alumni Association, we also want to offer you our congratulations. Now joining us is Paul Leidy, class of 2004, and current president of the Millikin Alumni Association Board of Directors. Paul will present our 2017 Alumni Awards.
Thank you, Elise. As we continue our ceremony with the annual Alumni Awards, I would like to acknowledge any alumni in the audience tonight who have received an Alumni Award in the past. If you would, please stand. Thank you. Alumni Award recipients are selected by the Alumni Association Executive Board based on the specific criteria outlined for each award, which you can find in tonight's printed program. It is my pleasure, as president of the Board of Directors for the Alumni Association, to present our Alumni Award honorees to President White. These accomplished individuals have made Millikin proud, and while I will only give a few highlights about each of the honorees, I hope you will take time to learn more about their achievements as highlighted in the printed program. Would Jason Goldfarb, class of 2005, and Meghan Sims Goldfarb, class of 2008, please come forward? The Young Alumnus of the Year Award is presented to alumni aged 35 or younger who have made notable achievements in a chosen field and who have given faithful service to Millikin University. The co-recipients of this year's Young Alumnus Award met and fell in love at Millikin. They also discovered a common love of mathematics and an abiding respect and admiration for Associate Professor of Mathematics Randall Beck. In fact, the Goldfarbs have established an endowed fund, the Dr. Randall Beck Mathematics and Actuarial Sciences Fund, in honor of Dr. Beck. Jason and Meghan are employed at State Farm Insurance Company in Bloomington, Illinois, where Jason is a statistician and Meghan is an actuarial research manager. Meghan has served as a guest speaker at Millikin and volunteered as a mentor for actuarial science students. The couple has also hosted an alumni gathering in their home. President White, it is my pleasure to present these outstanding honorees, Meghan Sims Goldfarb, class of 2008, and Jason Goldfarb, class of 2005, for the 2017 Millikin University Young Alumnus Award.
First of all, we are very honored and thrilled to accept this award. And as we started thinking about our time at Millikin in particular and how it really has shaped us personally as well as professionally, we just kept going back to those three questions. So both of us at orientation, freshman years, which were 4 years apart, but at the time, because I was a freshman, Jason was a senior when we met, everything was about the three questions. And I believe that's still true here at Millikin today of who am I?
How do I know?
And what do I do? And as we started thinking about that, it's really not about what the answer is to the question, because goodness knows that has changed so much over the years, especially as we've changed career paths multiple times, whether it was, I started out vocal performance, Jason started out math ed.
And math ed, undecided really.
Yeah, we've changed our career paths quite frequently over the years. But what we learned at Millikin was really about learning agility. It was about learning how to learn and learning how to answer those questions. And the other thing we really learned was how to, we built such strong relationships at Millikin. Not only did we meet, got engaged here, but also we met some really wonderful friends, some of whom are here, and that are across the country, and we've really kept those relationships strong, and that's been very important to us. And finally, our third big lesson was really about giving back. I was a presidential scholar, so I knew coming into Millikin how important it was to give back, because I would not have been able to go to Millikin if it weren't for the generosity of donors who donated to endowment funds that funded scholarships like the Presidential Scholarship. So once we graduated from Millikin, we really tried to make it a priority to give back. And not just to Millikin, but we were both part of Greek life. Jason's a Sigma Alpha Epsilon member, and I am Tri Delta. And so, yeah, lots of Tri Deltas here today. Represent. And so we both became very attached to different philanthropies like St. Jude Children's Research Hospital and different other organizations to volunteer for. And we really think it's very much a priority of who we are and what we do based off of our time at Millikin to make sure that we're giving back and make sure that we're volunteering. So we want to give a huge thank you to the faculty and staff at Millikin who helped make us who we are. A couple of people that we wanted to specifically mention, Dr. Beck.
Of course.
Who actually came to our wedding. So we were very close, both very close to Dr. Beck. Dr. Roth, who challenged both of us in every class we took with him and definitely taught us how to think differently. An amazing, amazing professor. Robin Stedman, who
was a huge support inside and out of the classroom.
Dean Womack, who actually got me out of this dinner 10 years ago so that we could go get engaged. I didn't know about that when when I got an email saying I wasn't needed to come. So, because I was a member of the Student Senate. I don't know if there's Student Senate members here today. And so Dean Womack, the late Dean Womack, and then former President Emeritus Zemke, who was here the entire time I was at Millikin and started Jason's
junior year.
Junior year. So all of those folks are people that were very important to us and really helped shape our Millikin experience. So thank you, and thank you for the honor.
Thank you again, Jason and Megan.